In this video, we're going to learn how to use the tmpfile function in C to create and work with a temporary file. So if we call the function tmpfile, this function is going to create a temporary file and it's going to return a file pointer to that file. We'll use that file pointer to access the temporary file by storing it into a file pointer variable. So we'll have here file star file to declare the file pointer variable, and we'll assign the return value of the tmpfile function to this file pointer variable. Now the temporary file is going to be deleted either when we close the file or when the program exits. Now it's possible that the temporary file could fail to open correctly. In that case, the tmpfile function is going to return null. We could check for that. We could have here if file is equal to null, then we're going to exit the program with an error message and status. So we'll have here printf error opening temp file followed by a new line, and we're going to return 1. Returning 1 instead of returning 0 is a signal to the shell or the terminal that something has gone wrong in the execution of our program. Now the temporary file is going to be opened in the mode WB+. What this means is that we can read and write to a binary file. So for an example of using the tmpfile function, imagine that our program needs to work with a large amount of data. Maybe our program allocates large blocks of memory on the heap, but maybe our program doesn't need to work with all of that data at the same time. Our program could temporarily store some of that data into a temp file and then retrieve it later when it needs it. This would free up memory on the heap. Let's go over an example of doing exactly that. What we'll do is include the stdlib.h library so we can use the functions malloc and free to work with dynamically allocated memory. We'll also define a preprocessor constant length, and we'll set it to 10. And length is going to determine the length of an array of ints that we're going to store both on the heap and in the temporary file. So first, we'll allocate space on the heap for this array of ints. We'll have here int star data1 to declare a pointer to an int variable to store the pointer to the block of memory that malloc is going to return. Next, we'll call malloc with malloc size of int multiplied by length. So malloc is going to allocate space for length, number of int values, and it's going to return a pointer, in other words, a memory address for that block of memory, and we're going to store that into data1. We can then access that block of memory like an array and store 10 int values there. So we'll have here for int I is equal to 0, I is less than length, and then I++. And what we'll do is store 10 int values there. We'll have data1 at the index I is equal to I. And so with I going from 0 up until length, we're going to store the int values from 0 to 9 in that array on the heap. Next, we can actually store that data into the temporary file. So here, we've opened the temporary file, and now at this point, we know that it's safe to access. What we'll do is call fwrite to dump that data on the heap into this temporary file. So we'll have here fwrite, and then data1, and then size of int, and then length with file here. And so fwrite is going to write into this file this many elements of this size from this address in memory. And that will store the data in our array into this temporary file. We could then free that space on the heap. We could have here free data1 to free that space on the heap. But the data is still accessible in that temporary file. So at some point later, when our program needs to use the data again, it could allocate space on the heap again and load the data from the file into that space on the heap. Let's allocate space on the heap again. We'll have here int star data2 to declare a pointer to an int And again, we're going to assign the memory address returned by malloc to this pointer variable. So we'll have malloc and then size of int multiplied by length to allocate space for a block of memory that can store length amount of int values. Now, after writing the data to the file with fwrite, the file pointer is going to be set to the end of the file. If we want to read the data from the file, then we want to rewind the file pointer to the beginning of the file. The rewind function will do that. So here, we'll call rewind and we'll pass it the file pointer file. And that's going to rewind the file pointer to the start of the file. We can then read the file contents from there. So we'll have fread to read the file contents, and we'll have data2, size of int, length, and then file. And fread is going to read from this file this many elements of this size and store them into this block of memory beginning at this address. Now at this point, we could say that our program is done working with the file, and so we should close our access to the file. We should use fclose and then pass it file to close our access to the file. When we use fclose to close access to a temporary file, it's going to also delete the file. If our program were to exit without us closing the file will still be deleted, but we should still close our access to the file when we're done working with it because it's still a resource. And the limit might be high, but there's ultimately going to be some limit on the number of temporary files that can be opened at once. So next, we could output the values that have been stored into data2. We could have here for int I is equal to 0, I is less than length, and I++. And then in the loop body, we'll have printf and then %d to output an int and a space to separate the ints. And we'll output the value in the array data2 at the index I. So with I going from 0 up until the length by 1, this is going to output each value in that array. After we're done, we'll output a new line with printf and then \n. And at this point, we'll say that we're also done with the block of memory that's been allocated on the heap. And we'll free it with free and then data2. And this should be it. I'll just fix a couple things. I missed a semicolon here, and here we should be initializing data1, not data. So we'll save this and compile our program and give it a try. And here we get the numbers from 0 to 9. And this tells us the program did successfully create the temporary file and store the data from data1 into that temporary file, and then read that data and store it into data2. So this is how we can use the tmpfile function in C to create and access a temporary file. Check out portfoliocourses.com, where we'll help you build a portfolio that will impress employers, including courses to help you develop C programming projects.